Your first match ever?
Wasn't yours a pretty big deal out of the gate?
Yeah. So my first match was really a squash match for Mason Ryan on TV.
Okay.
NXT TV taping. Dusty.
Big TV, brother.
Well, at the time we had John Cena on the show to draw the house because we could not. We were just creating NXT. NXT was brand new, and we as a talent, they had poached a lot of talent from I guess that's what you would call it, like poaching, right? Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, a lot of these companies that were kind of falling apart at that time. Some of their best talent, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, they were coming over to NXT, but this is before that.
Right.
So we had just gotten Pac, who was Neville in WWE, and we had just signed, soon after me, El Generico, who ended up being Sami Zayn. So before that, we couldn't really fill the house. No, Seth Rollins was the champ. Big E, they were making in WWE. And Roman, they were making in WWE. None of those guys ever wrestled before. Dean Ambrose was Jon Moxley in Ring of Honor, I believe. Yeah. And so we had Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, Big E, Tyler Breeze. But nobody was a household name that was going to draw.
Still wasn't drawing a crowd.
So they would bring in WWE stars and put them in the dark segment to keep our house, and draw. And this particular time that I debuted against Mason Ryan to do a job, apparently I wasn't in the meeting, so I don't know, bro. This is what you hear.
Sure.
But Dusty Rhodes apparently stood up and said, give him a microphone and let him be the guy to go out there and get a job. And apparently there was discussion as to whether or not I was ready because I never had a match. And Dusty was like, why does he need to be ready?
What does that mean?
He's going against Mason Ryan.
Yeah.
Mason Ryan is 6'8", 300 pounds. If Enzo doesn't want to cooperate, what's he gonna do? Right. Mason's probably gonna squash him anyway, right? So it's like I couldn't screw up the in-ring part because it was a squash. So Dusty said, give me a microphone. John Cena was backstage. When I came out, all the boys stood up to clap for me.
Bro,
because I debuted. They were standing up to put me over. All the boys knew that I show up to work at 5 a.m. every day and I get kicked out of the building. And I've never had a match and I'm getting this debut spot. And they know it. So the boys, in a moment of fuck you to the system, stood up, almost like a fuck you to the coach at the time. Because he didn't want me to wrestle. Oh. He never gave me a match. He never gave me...
The coach being Vince?
No, build him up. Which I don't care. Look, I have nothing but good things to say about the hell I went through under Build 'Em Up because it made me the man I am. I don't complain about that shit. Yeah. So it should be tough. It should always be tough if you want to make it to the top. It should never be easy. And the guy who makes it to the top usually didn't have it easy.
So Bill was
really rough on Enzo. Bill was really rough on me.
Right, he was your guy to get through.
All the boys though, they didn't want, so they wanted to stick it to Bill. Right. So they all stood up and clapped for me, which in turn made John Cena go, why are all the boys clapping
for that guy?
So then John Cena walks up to Tyler Breeze, who saved my career, and Tyler Breeze said, oh, him and Cass cut promos in promo class for Dusty, and they're hilarious together. And so Cass got put into the equation by Tyler Breeze talking to Cena, because Cena just happened to nudge him and go, hey, Tyler Breeze don't talk to him, so it was like, hey man, why are they all popping for this kid? And he was like, he cuts the best promos in promo class with Big Cass. And so now John Cena knows that I'm with that guy.
Right.
So I come back to the curtain thinking I'm getting fired and it's all over.
Right.
I'm like, I just got my charity.
Right.
Triple H did a charity.
Right.
He got me my one match so I could go home to Jersey with my bar story and say, yeah, I did it, guys.
That one match. I told you I could do it.
That's what I thought.
Right.
But apparently John Cena had other plans. He came up to me and he was like, hey, man, I was watching this show the past 4 hours and I want to know if you want to come out to the ring with me. You caught my attention. Maybe you cut a promo. I heard, and I don't know exactly how it happened, but we talked to Cass, and I said, I cut promos with him. Do you mind if we come together? And me and Cass.
So they leave him out, which is business.
Well, I just booked my own tag team partner over Triple H, over Dusty, over everyone's head to John Cena.
So you got your boy a job like that.
And now me and Cass are in a ring after the show
with John Cena.
And he's in a promo against Damian Sandow, who at the time was the intellectual savior of the masses. Supposed to be smart.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, you're real smart. How many dimples are there on a golf ball? Oh, you don't know? There's 168 dimples on a golf ball. You know how many there are on my hind end? 0. You want to know why? Because I'm hard body. You know what you are? You're SAWFK soft. And John Cena went, what did you call him? And me and Cass were like, oh,
What?
soft? And then Cass and I just, Cena, now the
y'all play great
whole
off each
fucking
other.
crowd is
Right.
going, soft. Now we get booked the next tapings. Me and Cass haven't had a match. We're at the. I'm thinking I'm getting fired the second I get out of the ring with Cena. I've got more heat than anybody ever, right?
Ever.
Yeah, you don't know why you have heat now,
but you do.
But you just got over. That's why you got heat.
Absolutely.
So now
It works.
everyone hates me, and I think I'm getting fired, and I'm not booked on any shows. And we go to the next taping, and Ryback's in the ring, and he's fighting with Cena in a feud. So now the whole crowd is going soft, thinking we're gonna come. And me and Cass are sitting backstage in suits,
are you gonna send us, or?
And then sure enough, Terry Taylor came back and was like, go get your gear on, get out there. And me and Cass got in our shit quick, dude. And his gimmick was feed me more. So I just said to Cass, you say everything on the buffet menu, and I'll say how you doing in between it. And we'll say, ladies, you got a real cheap date in the ring. All you got to do is take them to the local Golden Corral. Cass, what are we having? And he's like, tacos. I'm like, how you doing? He's like, chocolate fondue, how you doing? And he named everything that they have. So we got how you doing and soft over in front of the crowd with the rub of Ryback and the rub of Ryback and the rub of Cena.
Yeah.
So the next time we're on TV, if you're watching, you don't know why the people are popping and saying soft. You're like, wait, what? Who are these guys?
Right. Where did this come from?
So we owe the world to the Orlando crowd. They got me a job. They kept me on the job without. The whole time I was in NXT, I thought I was getting fired, bro. Okay. So they told me you're going to Raw. I thought I was getting fired. So
well, what's going on?
I was just happy to be there. Like, couldn't believe it was real life. And I got so lucky with timing.
Yes.
You know, timing has a lot to do with it.
Brother, a lot.
A lot. That's all it is for me. I just
and all this
right place, right time.
For everybody, brother.
Yeah, right place, right time. And when the opportunity presents itself, you just got to be ready. And in the case of me and Cass, we were ready with the word soft. And you know what? I got to tell kids, I wrote 1 million words down to find that 1 5-letter word.
A million, though, to find.
A million. That 1 5-letter word that changed my life.
Yes.
You won't find that word until you write 1 million. You know, and you won't know when to say it until it's the right time to say it.
No.
And I didn't know either, but it's like Austin worked so hard his whole career for that one moment when he got to say that Austin 316 shit, and he wouldn't have said it if Michael Hayes didn't come up to him and go, "Hey, man," Jake the Snake was rattling a promo about the Bible in John 3:16. So then Austin gets the mic and says, Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass." Well, if it's not for Damian Sandow being the intellectual savior of the masses, I don't say, and you can't teach 7 feet.
No.
You know? Because I don't say soft.
No.
It just has to, you got to get lucky, catch lightning in a bottle, and be smart enough to know in the moment. When me and Cass weren't smart enough, John Cena was soft. That's the word.
No doubt.
That's what did you say?
Best
Soft.
match ever